In continuing to go through one of each of the sealed product items from Star Wars CCG, I have here an assortment of non-random sealed items. So everything you'd get in these would be either what's plainly visible through the shrink wrap, or in this case, the same 11 common cards. Nowadays, they aren't really considered common cards; they're more like premiums or promos. But a lot of these were made, so I suppose in that sense they are literally common, even though the rarity, according to the game standards, isn't quite that. But I'm not actually going to open any of these just because, I'll go through them, but I'm going to set these off to the side and go through what we would get in a Jedi Pack if we opened one, since it's always the same 11 cards. Got here Luke's Skyhopper. Pretty cool looking card, a nice destiny, and not bad stats, but it was just always hard to get it into a deck until they made a Luke who was really good on his own in Beggar's Canyon, but he's not currently part of the game since they reset. And yeah, just a nice counter card for a couple of annoying dark side interrupts that would be played. So helping with counter assault and helping with sensor alter. And the Han and the Leia with blank text. These have since been virtualized, but I think the idea back then when these were released was, hey, let's help players who don't want to spend $20 on a Leia or $30 on a Han or whatever it was back then, to get versions that, even if they aren't really any good, they can still be played, and then they can use all those weapons and effects and interrupts that target those specific characters. Another band member in the... oh gosh, I can't remember their name off the top of my head, but the Cantina Band. And this one is more just for helping you know where your Death Star is. It's also just a nice reminder of what where each system is. But let's say you put this behind your Death Star in a card sleeve, and then you pull it out this far. Oh, okay, you can remember the Death Stars at Parsec too. So it's useful when in a game like Star Wars CCG you have to remember a bunch of things at one time. It's nice not to have to remember where the Death Star is located, as it's on its way to blow up a planet. And this card I've always liked, been trying to get a deck going for this one. There's an effect that makes your Imperials who have ability of exactly 3 forfeit plus 3, so getting guys with forfeit plus 5 didn't end up being a very good deck, but it's one that I've been kind of editing and remaking, and I haven't actually pulled the cards for it yet, which just shows that I'm not super confident in it, but it would be something that'd be fun to do. This is one of the more playable cards from the Jedi Pack, just being able to outright destroy the opponent's ship, or at the very least make them not able to move, which sometimes could be even better if you can battle them and overwhelm them on your turn. And then we got, similar to the Han and Leia, a Mahdi with no text, and a Tarkin with no text, so just being able to use those cards. And then similar to that for luck, here's the dark side version, which affects surprise assault. That's the light side version of counter assault, and then helps with sense and alter too. So that is the Jedi Pack. So this one here, these are still fairly plentiful, maybe at most $10 you would have to spend for one of these nowadays. But yeah, definitely more now than it was when it was free in gaming stores, just to help players get a little bit of a main character base. So some other stuff that comes sealed were the Rebel Leader Packs. These were nice cards for the light side to help you get a couple of guys that draw on their own, which is very, very nifty. Being able to draw Battle Destiny on your own, so pretty pricey, but Power 5 can draw Battle Destiny. It's, depending on the kind of game you're playing, it might be pretty good in a battle. This is the first of 2 corrected cards, so I'm not really sure what the full story is, but Asteroid Sanctuary ended up being too powerful, so they made an errata to it, or an erratum, I suppose, and they changed the text significantly, so you have to control it before you can deploy control the asteroid sector before you deploy this on there. So I'm not sure if that was they printed the wrong text and then realized, oh, we messed up, or if it was way too powerful and then they just decided to outright change it, and it was such an important change that they reprinted a bunch of these. And then corrected R3PO here. So the original R3PO in the Black Border Hoth set had the same picture as K3PO, so it was 2 droids with the same picture. So this card's actually pretty rare, especially to find sealed. It's I think as of the time I'm filming this, it's probably a $40 card sealed if I had to guess. I haven't had one for sale in a while, but this one will probably go up on the market soon. And then here, this is a foil Japanese Vader. So the Japanese Darth Vader from the premiere set is one of the more sought-after cards in the game. This one is popular, but it's definitely not at the same level as the non-foil. So these, if you bought a case of, I believe, 6 Reflections 2 booster boxes, so that's 6 boxes of 30 packs each, this would be on top of the cardboard box that had those 6 boxes in them. And so I think they called it a case topper. And it's definitely a very cool looking card. Inside each Reflections 2 box was a box topper. So Boba Fett, Leia, Obi-Wan, and Han. So these 4, they were all potential box toppers that you could get. They did make foil versions of Darth Vader and Luke, because these were the 4 cards from, these were 4 of the 6 cards, I should say, these ones right here from the Enhanced Premiere sets. And those 2 cards, Luke with Lightsaber and Darth Vader with Lightsaber, are available from the standard set. So these are a little bit rarer, and it's pretty hard to find them sealed, although I have seen quite a lot unsealed. So it's nice to get a full set of these in a recent collection I just bought. Now, while I do think it's interesting to go through what's sealed and not randomized, it's not particularly exciting, but I do have kind of a surprise here that I wasn't expecting. But this was sent to my old address in the state I used to live in, and my parents said, "Hey, we got something for you." And I opened it. Oh, okay, I've seen these. So I've seen people open. It's the Players Committee who does virtual cards. They made a bunch of these packs. It looks like, okay, it's an 8-card booster pack, and it's a free giveaway. I think I might have gotten this maybe for donating, or I'm not really sure what it was for, to the Players Committee. But it's nice to have, and apparently there's some pretty interesting cards in here, some good-looking alternate images or whatever from what I understand. So I'm excited to open this, and it's a different kind of booster pack, for sure, because it's not an official Decipher release. I want to make sure I be careful in opening it, too. Okay. So I think everything's in sleeves. Okay, so this is a preview card, I guess, for one of the sets, from set 14. So this is where the Resurrected Emperor or whatever would sit. Okay, that's a neat card. This is a playtesting version, so I'll have to check and see if the text is still up to date, but this is a First Order Star Destroyer. So something else for a First Order deck. Alright, and Ahsoka's Lightsaber. Also a preview card from set 14, which I think was released recently, but my parents have had this pack for a while. So something for Ahsoka. And an Emperor. Okay, so he's got some interesting text. Can't deploy to a site with a light side icon. So he's got to sit in the back. And then Alter and Friendly Fire here too. Okay, so yeah, I'll be checking to see if those texts are the same, and I might just pop those into decks if I get around to doing that. So then here must be the Reflections 4 cards. Oh, and there's a checklist in here too. So I got a Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter foil. You can kind of see the foil there. Oh, a Japanese General Kenobi. Nice. So I think I basically know what his text says. And then a foil Japanese Conquest. So I'm actually not sure. Okay, well the Conquest, though, as far as I know, has armor 6. So I'll have to figure out what card this actually is. Conquest might be the virtual card that you put behind it. But, oh, I wonder. Oh, no, it's not this one. So I'll figure out what that is. But that is a cool-looking Star Destroyer. And it's kind of neat that it's in Japanese. I don't usually get into Japanese cards, but I just kind of like the idea of that foil image there. So that's actually it for the mostly non-randomized things. However, these ones were randomized from the Players Committee, who's still putting together tournaments and stuff like that. I'll have another couple videos coming out in this series, just trying to make sure we get one of everything sealed. If you like this video, don't forget to check out my deck review videos if you're interested in some old school, kind of some off-brand decks, you might say, that are available on my channel as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.